Hey now, world, Friday, the 19th of August. Coming on to say hello. It's 10:36. I was just about not going to bother because it just happens like that sometimes. Just, don't feel like it. But I'll say hello and just riff and see if anything happens. Since this is, again, a bit like a communicate to my family as much as it is to anyone that watches. Stephanie, I'm so glad that you got down to L.A., Pasadena, as it were, and saw the family. Adrian and the twins and Floyd and everybody. Great pictures, and I'm just glad you all are there for each other. Some other news for me that may be of some interest is that, I have some pending releases coming out, all likely next year. My solo album, which will come out, my next one on FPE. I met with my band RAF, the band that started in the 80s as part of the hardcore punk rock movement here in Omaha. Our album is mastered. The artwork is in the final stages. So that will happen. It will be sent to the we've chosen who we want to manufacture it. We have the money. So we're in the final stages of getting that sent up to the manufacturers. David Nance's Mode Sound. The album was finished in February. We have a label. I don't think that it's my place to announce it. For me, it's news, but it's David's trip, and it's his deal, not mine. So I'll announce what label we're on when he does. That's what's mostly going on. The other thing that's going on is that it's a Friday, it's a new release date, and I really need to stay out of the record store today. So my mindset is to work on my set for Lincoln Calling, work on my lecture that I have a guest lecture spot first semester at University of Nebraska Omaha on music. So that's next month, so I'm preparing that. I enjoy public speaking, I do. And in the past, I did it on a regular basis, but it was for psychiatry and psychology related and sociology related subjects. Now it's focused on music and my career, which I like. So that's going on. It's probably what I'll do today, besides just live, hopefully, and check in on the what I can discern from the propaganda / news that we get from all around the world. We never get a straight story. I've played records besides playing music, been playing here at home. No, the Universe Zero Guy Seger's collaboration hasn't gone any further. I don't push things. It's an open invitation. We started a track. It really went nowhere, and I haven't been inspired to start something else to send him. Just another update. So what's left sitting out, because I do play music on a fairly regular basis, almost every day. Yesterday I pulled this 3-inch CD mainly to show online to talk about because you don't see them. And these long boxes, I had never seen these until I went to Japan in 1994. But 3-inch CDs in these hard long box cases, which I think are pretty cool. This is a single off of the Heartbeat album by Sakamoto, Sayonara, with an unreleased extra track, Shogun. Another one where it sounds like it's the marriage of traditional, I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese music. I love Mr. Sakamoto. double CD compilation of Amon Duul 2 Milestones, put out by a Castle Communications. Strikes me as a label as, I don't know, kind of rip-offy, but I don't know that. But this is certainly a very good introduction. I have everything on here on the original albums, but this is it was a great program of listening to the band. Good choices, very good choices as to what to present. Renata, one of the singers from Amon Duul, was friends with me on Facebook, but she's left. And it looks like she's not coming back. I think yesterday was Richard James of Aphex Twin's birthday. So I pulled this, the Collapse EP. I played it recently. I think this is one of my more enjoyable things that he's done. One of the things that I really like. His ambient works are pretty good, but when it comes to ambient, I don't rate Aphex Twin very high, which means maybe I should give a whole new listen to the ambient works. Probably will now that I've said that. Really enjoyed this yesterday, and it was yesterday I played this and then shared it online in the Jazz Rock Fusion group on Facebook. Some of these groups that I'm in they're all private, so you have to be in them to see what's going on. And sometimes the groups get animated depending on posts. And the Jazz Rock Fusion group has been fun lately because mostly people post links. But when people post records they're listening to, it really picks up in traffic and conversation. So I posted this yesterday. Tony Williams' Lifetime, Believe It. One of the greatest drummers that ever lived. With Alan Holdsworth and Pasqua and the band. Great album. Really enjoyable. Fred is Protocosmos, what am I saying? Mr. Spock, the whole album. Tony Williams. Never got to see him play, unfortunately. Played some more of this because I was a bit dismissive of it when I got the whole version on vinyl. And it's just a couple of the interludes that are kind of, they seem almost kind of silly to me. It's like, really didn't have to leave this in there. I know that it's part of the concept, but when it comes to the tracks and the listening, some of those interludes are just like, well, this is just a bummer. This is just like some good songs on there, though. What I'm trying to get to, some really good songs. Okay, so showing this one brings up interviews because Chrome, Half Machine Lip Moves. I used to have an original. God knows what happened to it. This is a clear vinyl reissue out of Germany. Not that long ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I really do get time jumbled. I got to play for Chrome. I got to open for them. Helios Creed's Chrome, because the other guy that started the band with, Damon Edge, has passed away. It was really good and it was enjoyable. And it was really Chrome. But Adrian, that's his real name, Helios, is a character and a case. So I have access to him, but I don't know that I would want to. Ask him for an interview. He seems to have a lot of problems. Okay, I don't want to get mixed up in those. I'm just just being real straight. Coffee is good this morning. I think this was sent to me by Kirk Peterson. I'll say his name. He still posts online. He has an amazingly wonderful looking stereo. Looks like it's probably worth more than my house. But he sent me a copy of this after I showed a burn of it, where I had found this online and burned myself a copy. Is it in here? Yeah. You know how I would do that when things intrigue me. So I had shown this. Turns out that it had been picked up for reissue. The actual album was recorded in like '69, was never released. Finally came out in 2006 on CD. Paint a Lady, Susan Christie. Apparently she had a minor hit about I Like Onions. This is really good. And particularly side 2, Yesterday Where's My Mind? That's a psychedelic tour de force. It's like the Brain Ticket. Have you heard Brain Ticket? Where it's thrilling and at times it's so intense it's frightening. And then the rest of the album, it's like you don't know that that's coming because she's just singing some cool songs. I like her version of Ghost Riders in the Sky on her. Really good album. Thank you, Kurt, if you see this. Another English. I dig this English music, this English folk thing. I really do. Always have. Clive's own band or something. He was in the original incredible string band, Spirit of Love. I love this. Acid folk, psychedelic folk, just plain folk. It has that, you know what I mean? That this really meant something to these people and they're going to make this music whether they're making records or not. This is really good. Originals of this on the CBS label are very collectible. It's really good. As in the back pages, getting into some old psychedelic and early prog. This is early prog, an American band, Chrysalis. Harpsichord and shit on here. They just throw in these unusual, unexpected changes in the songs, in the music throughout the album. This is very good. Chrysalis. Very, very good. Here's another oldie. I think 1970. East Coast band, I think, Chimo. Somewhere between the horn bands moving into sort of prog, but also with like Blood, Sweat, and Tears in Chicago. This had commercial potential. They put out some singles. They didn't hit, but when I played this, it's like I can imagine having heard this on the radio a lot. It's really quite tuneful, quite good. It only falls down when they try to do the blues, like a lot of the artists at that time who didn't understand or had never experienced really the blues. I don't know why they were trying to play it. Italian band, I'd like to find more of their records on vinyl. Perigeo. Genealogia. Genealogia. More on the fusion side than prog, but tasty and kind of laid back. Easygoing, not all fiery, but very nice, well-written material and well played. Perigeo, however you say the name. Here's one that the album after this is the one I really like, but it turns out I really like this String Driven Thing. This is an album that, for several reasons, I have kept it, hardly play it. The cover is one thing. That is a very intriguing cover image. They're on the Charisma label. I really like the Charisma label with the Alice in Wonderland motif on it. The Machine That Cried is the album of theirs that I bought when it came out. And there's a song in there called Travelin', which is one of my favorite songs. It's just a simple song, but it's beautiful. And I always stop and listen to it whenever I play it. I just stop and listen to it. But this is actually better than I remembered. It's kind of on the rough, raw side. The violinist, Graham Smith, I think is his name, he ended up going to Van de Graaff Generator. But their song on here, Easy to Be Free, is another winner. The first song, Circus. I ended up enjoying this. It's like, once it started going, it's like, oh, I remember this. Yeah, I really like this. Like I said, it's kind of on the raw side. But look at that cool-ass cover. And the guy in the middle that just brings to mind, just because of the bowler, it makes me think of Laurel and Hardy right quick. Just a very intriguing cover. And I think this is the end of what I haven't shown. Yeah, I've shown the rest of this stuff. Decided to take a trip down Residence Lane, and it was a good one. The Residence can be upsetting if you're not in the right mood, because they talk about life in a very cutting, no bullshit way. And Gingerbread Man is about regret, among other things. but this is really good. And the theme, the musical theme that runs throughout is pretty strong. I can hum it right now, I won't, but the Residents are an acquired taste, but it's pretty fantastic. A pretty fantastic band. So that's what I have to share right now, today. Hope you all are doing well. I'm going to pass on speaking on the madness of the world, because it is not getting any better. So I'll just leave you with a smile and hope that you have a good weekend.